Hey everyone, just quickly before the video starts, I just want to wish everyone a late Happy New Year's and wish everyone a great 2024. I'll try getting out my Deoxy video out as soon as possible after this video, but I hope you guys enjoy this Pokemon Planet Hoenn guide. To access the Hoenn region, we must have already defeated the Johto Elite Four. If you haven't beaten it yet, I have a full guide linked in the description. It's important to note that the Hoenn region is a huge ramp up from the Johto region, with a big level spike in wild Pokemon and trainer difficulty. I really wanted to do this guide with just Gyarados, but this proved too difficult, so we're going to introduce a new Pokemon to the team, Chansey. The reason why we need Chansey is because this Pokemon has exceptionally high special defense and HP. I ended up buying a decent Chansey off the GM for 17.7k, alongside the Toxic TM for 180k. These are the best natures for Chansey and EV spread, and make sure you are leveling this up alongside Gyarados. Once you have beaten the Johto Elite Four, return to the Pokemon League reception gate and head left towards Route 28. Once on Route 28, head up towards Littleroot Town. There isn't anything to do in Littleroot Town, so we will continue up towards Oldale Town. Oldale Town also doesn't have a gym, so we will head left towards Petalburg City. Petalburg City is actually the 5th gym, so we'll head left towards Petalburg Woods and go up. Once we're in Rustboro City, we encounter our first gym battle, Roxanne, who specializes in rock types. Roxanne shouldn't be too much of an issue, as Gyarados lives a Thunderbolt from Rampardos, and with Stuff Rock set up, one Dragon Dance allows Gyarados to sweep the gym with Waterfall. Just be careful, as Mega Aerodactyl did manage to outspeed my Gyarados on my first attempt, but after leveling up during the Xmas event, I was able to outspeed it to claim our first gym badge. Once this is done, we will need to backtrack through Petalburg Woods, returning to the beach on Route 104, then surf down until you reach the end, then head right. Once we're in Dewford town, we encounter our second gym battle, Brawly, who specializes in fighting types. Again, we face the almighty Poliwrath, who completely walls our Gyarados. To get around this, you can either get an older Golem and roar it out, however, it is still difficult to kill it, or you can go with my method and use Thrash. The heavy downside of using Thrash is that Gyarados gets confused after 2 to 3 turns, which involves a huge luck element into beating this gym. As we set up 2 Dragon Dances, we are able to 2-hit the Poliwrath with Thrash. After that, a +3 Gyarados should easily be able to sweep the gym with Waterfall, claim our second badge. However, Confusion wears off after 1 to 4 attacking turns, so if you hit yourself, the run's over. After beating the gym, surf right until reaching the farthest point. After that, head up towards Slateport. There isn't much to do in Slateport City, so we'll be simply passing through. However, it's worth noting that the sailor in this area provides a passage to both Kanto and Johto. This location also houses the closest Pokemon Center to the Altering Cave. If you don't want a quick rundown on what the Ancient Cavern, Ancient Dungeon, and Altering Cave are, please skip to this timestamp. Ancient Cavern and Ancient Dungeon is located within Granite Cave and Dewford Town, the town we just came from. To be able to access this area, you must first create the Ancient Key. The loop half of the key can be acquired as a drop in Altering Cave and Hoenn, or purchased with 700 Claymore tokens. The tooth half can be found in the PP shop in Saffron City for 15,000 PP, or in the Casino Price shop for 30,000 Casino tokens. Combining both of these keys creates the Ancient Key. Ancient Cavern is not that difficult compared to Ancient Dungeon, as it has great ERs and Pokemons in each of the rooms in the photos. You can check the encounters on the guide for each room alongside what shards they drop. However, it's important to note that you cannot run from any wild Pokemon in this area. Ancient Dungeon is considered to be the best farming spot in Pokemon Planet due to the difficulty of the area, Pokemon having boosted stats by 1.65 and can carry held items. The drop rate of the Ancient Dungeon is increased by 3 and is where legendary bait and other unique items such as Soothe Bell, Wise Glasses, and Muscle Bands are dropped. Please note that the Ancient Dungeon is considered to be a late game farming area where you have completed Unova and have Pokemon such as Deoxys. This area is so difficult that a rash Deoxys with 31 IVs cannot fully kill everything while fishing. To see the full calculations on Ancient Dungeon, please check the form in the description. Located northwest of Slateport City, Altering Cave offers exclusive Pokemon such as Gible and Mr. Mime Jr., which changes randomly every 24 hours. To access the Altering Cave, you can obtain a pass from the vendor outside the cave for 600,000. Altering Cave provides a 1.3 times encounter rate boost for Pokemon, excluding common ones. However, battles do not give money. There are a lot of Pokemons that can be in rotation, so check the description to see the full list of Pokemon that can be selected. Drops you can receive from the Altering Cave are the Loop Half Key, which is essential to going into the Ancient Cavern, Black Sludge, Bright Powder, Lagging Tail, Quick Claw, Rocky Helmet. Pokemon have an increased drop rate for IV resets and EXP shares, and there is a 10% chance that one of the following legendaries will spawn. My opinion on Altering Cave is do not go unless Gible is one of the 2 ERs and you have at least 8 plus farming hours. It is simply not worth it if you don't have that type of money. I've personally spent 14 hours one day with 6k encounters and did not encounter a single ER. But if you do have that type of money and there is a good Dexmon or legendary, it may be worth going. To exit Slateport City, head up towards Route 110 and then go right underneath the crossroads until we reach Mauville City. Once we reach Mauville City, we encounter our third gym, Wattson, who specializes in electric types. You might think this gym is really hard, as Gyarados is 4 times weak to electricity, but it's not that difficult. After multiple attempts and depending on your luck, you can opt to use the Thrash method again, as Mega Ampharos is resistant to water, same with Lantern. However, I lost 3 times due to me getting hit with Confusion. Knowing Gyarados can learn Earthquake, this would have made this gym extremely easy, but oh, look at that price, man. After looking at Gyarados' moveset again, I saw that it can learn Bulldoze, which is a budget version of Earthquake, but extremely cheap and 2 times effective against most of Watson's Pokemon. So after countless attempts, the strategy is to set up Stealth Rocks and bulldoze the Raichu so that our Gyarados will be faster. Watson's Raichu is always going to use Dig, which allows us to switch it to Gyarados on its first Dig and Dragon Dance once and OK it with Waterfall. We do need to get lucky on who Watson switches into. If it switches into Mega Ampharos or Lantern, we may not be able to OKO it, but anything plus 3 should be able to be OKO'd. What should have been a 5-minute battle for me turned into a 1.5 hour marathon, but we finally obtained our 3rd gym badge. After beating Wattson, we head up towards Route 111. Going further up leads us to Fall Arbor Town, though this area is optional to explore. For direct route to the next gym, proceed left to Route 112. Engage in conversation with the lift service NPC will transport you to Mount Chimney, then descend through Jagged Pass, ultimately arriving in Lavaridge Town. Once we reach Lavaridge Town, we encounter our 4th gym, Flannery, who specializes in fire types. After the 3rd gym, I think it's deserved we get an easy gym, as Stealth Rocks plus 1 Dragon Dance can easily sweep through this gym with Waterfall, obtaining our 4th gym badge. After beating the gym, return to Mauville City and then head down towards Route 110. Then you're heading down and then head left towards Route 103, Oldale Town and Route 102. Once we reach Petalburg City again, we encounter our 5th gym battle, Norman, who specializes in normal types. Norman isn't too difficult as you can set up Stealth Rocks and 1 Dragon Dance on Diggersby, and then OKO it. The rest of the battle is a bit luck dependent, as most of Norman's Pokemon are defensive types, so Gyarados should live another attack, but a plus 4 Gyarados should be able to sweep with Waterfall, obtaining our 5th gym badge. After beating this gym, head back to Mauville City and then head right towards Fortree City. Once we reach Fortree City, we encounter our 6th gym, Winona, who specializes in flying types. This gym shouldn't be too difficult, as Rocks is super effective against flying types, alongside Ice Fang from Gyarados. My Gyarados was able to set up 1 Dragon Dance and LKL Altaria with Ice Fang. You should be able to 1v1 the Gyarados even if it comes out early with Crunch, and the rest of the battle should be fairly easy, obtaining our 6th gym badge, unless you miss an Ice Fang. After beating this gym, head right towards Route 120, then down. Once you reach 121, head right towards Lilycove City. There is nothing to do in Lilycove City, but it does open up a new sailor, and it is the closest city to the Hoenn Safari Zone. If you want the encounters to the Hoenn Safari Zone, check the guide, but it's 400k per entry. Once ready, surf right towards Mossdeep City. Once we have reached Mossdeep City, we encounter our 7th gym, Tate and Liza, who specialises in psychic types. It's important to note that we must beat Tate and Liza to go to the next gym. With Tate's team, it isn't too difficult with rocks and one Dragon Dance, as we were able to sweep his team with Crunch and Waterfall. This is the same with Liza, but make sure you Dragon Dance twice, as Mega Alakazam can most likely outspeed you at +1. Once we beat both of them, we obtain our 7th gym badge. After beating the gym, head back towards Route 124 and head down towards Route 126. You should see a huge rocky cave allowing us to enter Sootopolis City. Once we have reached Sootopolis City, we encounter Abe's gym, Juan, who specializes in water types. Here in this area, we need to catch and intimidate Gyarados. This will prove useful during the Hoenn Elite 4, as you do not need to level this up. Juan poses a difficult challenge again, with most of his Pokemon being resistant to most of Gyarados' moves, with his Glacia living a +4 crunch, even after rocks. On my second attempt, I went back to using Thrash. You can lower the Wailord's attack as it sometimes uses Bounce. The strategy again is very luck dependent, as Molotech and Glacia can live a +6 crunch without rocks, and has resistance to all 2 of Gyarados' moves being Ice Fang and Waterfall. To make this gym much more easier, you can overlevel Gyarados, EV train it properly, or even get yourself a good electric type Pokemon like Magdazone. I ended up using the Thrash method, and luckily I got it on my 3rd attempt. But after we obtain our 8th gym badge, we're off to the Hoenn Elite 4. Once we have finished with the gym, surf down to exit Sootopolis City, then head right to reach Route 127, then Route 128. It's important to note that once we reach Evergrande City, we must have a Pokemon that knows the move Waterfall, or have the HM. Once we're in Hoenn Victory Road, I'll put pictures from the guide to help traverse it. Once we have reached the Hoenn Elite 4 lobby, our team is going to consist of 2 Gyaradoses, with the sweeping Gyarados having the moveset Waterfall, Crash, Ice Fang and Dragon Dance, a Golem, a Chansey with the moveset Toxic, Soft Boil, Light Screen. Make sure you stock up on revives and potions as well. The first Elite 4 member is Sidney, who specialises in Dark types. We lead with our Intimidate Gyarados so we can lower the Haldoom's attack. Then we can switch into Golem, as Haldoom will always use Thunder Fang. This allows us to set up Staff Rocks. After Golem faints, we can choose to further reduce Haldoom's attack or switch into our Sweeping Gyarados, as it should live a Thunder Fang, enabling us to Dragon Dance once and sweep the rest of Sidney's Pokemon with Waterfall while Ice Fanging the Hydreigon. The second Elite 4 member is Phoebe, who specialises in Ghost types. Phoebe is one of the easy Elite 4s, as we can lead with Golem to set up Stealth Rocks. After Golem faints, we can bring in Chansey to set up Light Screens, reducing damage from special attackers by 50% for the next 5 turns. As Spirit Tomb is typically a special attacker, this allows Gyarados to set up multiple Dragon Dances with minimal damage. The only main threat this gym poses is Spirit Tomb's Confuse Ray, but overall, 2 Dragon Dances should be able to sweep the gym with Waterfall while outspeeding the Gengars. The third Elite 4 member is Glacia, who specialises in Ice types. This is the most difficult battle, as again we need to rely on the move Thrash, as my plus 4 Gyarados struggle to OK a Wall Rune without Stealth Rocks. The strategy involves leading with our Intimidate Gyarados to lower the Weavile's attack, then switching into our Sack Pokemon and then setting Stealth Rocks up with Golem. We then return to our Intimidate Gyarados to lower Weavile's attack to -2. We need Weavile's attack to be -2, as Weavile's Ice Punch still does 40% to Gyarados. We can sweep the rest of the gym at plus 4 attack using Thrash. Again, investing in a good electric type like Magnezone will help you with this battle. The fourth Elite 4 member is Drake, who specialises in Dragon types. Again, we lead with Gyarados to reduce Kingdra's attack, switching into our Sack Pokemon, then into Golem to set up Stealth Rocks. Kingdra mainly uses the move Outrage, which does around 40% at -2 attack. With this setup, we can execute 2 Dragon Dances and Ice Fang the Kingdra alongside the rest of Drake's Pokemon. The final Elite 4 member is Wallace, who specialises in water types. The main reason why we need a Chansey is because of Wallace's Kyogre. Alongside its insane stats, we cannot set up Gyarados on it as it knows the move Thunder. Our strategy is to lead with Chansey and use the move Toxic, as we need to kill the Kyogre before setting up. 3 out of 4 of Kyogre's moves are special attacks, being Surf, Ice Beam and Thunder. A bit of luck is required as Chansey fully walls all 3 of those attacks except for Earthquake. Once Kyogre is dead, we again need to get lucky on what Wallace switches into. Our preferred switches are Feraligatr, Gyarados or Kingdra, as again we can lower the opponent's attack with Intimidation. I got Gyarados twice, which is the easier Pokemon to set up on, and then we can thrash our way to victory. And with that, congratulations on beating the Hoenn Elite Four. Hello everyone, Post Jordan here. My apologies for delaying the release of this video, as I've forgotten how difficult the Hoenn region was, especially just using Gyarados. This particular setup requires a fair amount of luck, especially using moves like Thrash, but it shows you it is doable. However, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and thank you all for watching.